know what angle to do. You know, it's a massive thing at the moment. It's a major opportunity across multiple fronts. It's audience acquisition, engagement, storytelling and monetisation. We're now media brands, we compete with other media brands. Online video is growing faster than most other advertising formats and medium. And also, just basic readers, consumers expect video. They like being told their stories by video. So that was kind of a little bit of the context, but then we didn't know which angle to give to it. So we went out to the committee and we said to them, as editors, what do you want to know? And we got reams of stuff back. So we've called in the experts, and we have three very wise men here tonight. We've got Paul Field, who's the CEO of Touchcast, which is a new medium that looks like TV but feels like the web. We've got Daniel Hewitt, who was previously at Vice and is now MD of UK Maker Studios, which is the world's biggest creator and distributor of digital content. And we've got Ben Kissett, who was at The Guardian and then moved from being head of sport at The Telegraph to become Telegraph Group's first director of visual journalism in February, I think.
So, what's the viewer promise? What am I going to get out of it? If I invest my time in this, are you going to tell me something? Am I going to see something that I can't see anywhere else? What will I learn? How long will I have to watch? Do I think I might want to share it? All of these things will arrive, not because of the thumbnail, not because of the GIF or whatever it is, but because of the words that were written around it and also the search terms. So a lot of what really works online is about graphics, energy, understanding exactly what you're being told very quickly and making a real impact. So both the producers, what are we going to show, and the post-production, how are we going to make it really live. So some of the stuff that we've been trying to do, which is working out quite successfully, is rather than making news reactive content that just is an explainer about a particular story or a talking head of one of our reporters in the studio talking about the budget or talking about what's happened with MH17, is to make a family of content. So we've got this very straightforward explainer in 60 seconds. So this is lots of information, an explainer, and in the title, which is in 60 seconds, everyone knows that they're going to be able to leave after 60 seconds and they will have got the information. So we talked about getting videos on every page. We have on every article page our top 6 videos at that particular time. You know, putting videos in front of people and saying, watch this, making sure that there's behaviour-based discovery, so we're suggesting what to watch next, making sure that when people finish one stream, they go to the next stream. All these things, maximising and optimising the platform, are incredibly important. And most platforms, I think, of kind of big publishers, have got work that can be done to make them much more efficient.
Video is genuinely becoming the primary form of communication. There's this great research which Forrester did, which suggested that 1 minute of video online is the equivalent of 1.8 million words in terms of consumption. And we all know the rise of online video with YouTube. Amazing figures, 6 billion hours of video watched every month now on YouTube. Video sharing, I probably don't need to tell an audience like your good selves about the rise of video sharing. You're not going to be surprised that people are just sharing at a very, very high rate through all those major social channels. You also won't be surprised that more and more of it is on mobile. But you might be slightly surprised, as I was when I saw this from Cisco, that by 2016, 55% of all internet bandwidth will be through video views. So at Touchcast, we thought, well, what if you could add the web to video? You're going to be seeing short form video which has lots and lots and lots of extra content inside it. It's like taking a quick dip into a subject like the 60-second explainer that we saw from the Telegraph, but being able to interact with that 60-second explainer and have that deeper dive into that content. So you can use video to really capture your audience's imagination. You can increase their engagement time by putting lots of great content inside it. So I've made my Touchcast. It's very, very rough and ready, as you can imagine, because you've just seen it in front of you. You don't need to imagine it at all. So now I've got instant playback. There's our...
Anyway,
I'm going to turn the sound off, because you've already heard me say all of that. So there's the Which homepage. So I'm now inside the Which website as the viewer. So I want to go to campaigns, I want to read about saving rates. and then I go back to the video when I'm done interacting with that web content. Okay. Then I brought on Guy's tweets, and we were talking about his tweet about the Daily Mail, so I can now go and follow the link in his tweet, so I'm now inside the content that Guy was tweeting about. Remember, this one links directly to the Which website. Our Google Map, again, look, when I interact with it, look, I'm now interacting with live web content inside the video. And there's that video from YouTube, which if I want to go and watch in full, I can do that. And why is this important, do we think, to publishers? You can use an iPad with this HD camera, plug a professional mic in, which won't cost you very much, use a green screen, and you've got a means of producing content very fast.
Video is going to really drive the engagement and the time spent with content through digital media. Something's changed. I don't use this kind of phrase lightly, but it is really the democratization of content. The idea of being told what you should watch, read, see, listen to, and it doesn't really exist anymore. Trusted brands are still there, and they're still really, really important. But you need to be relevant and applicable, and that means that that group that were the passive audience before are no longer. They're now able to pick up their phone, use some amazing editing tools that we just saw a second ago, and tell really incredible stories. And that's kind of what's happening on YouTube. And Maker, at Maker we have over 55,000 creators, YouTubers, and rights owners within the YouTube ecosystem. Our company was founded by YouTubers on YouTube. And they all go through a very similar journey, these individuals. And they're doing it for a couple of reasons. One is because they're super passionate about something, they're a hobbyist or they're a fan of makeup, beauty, cars. And the thing that they really love about it, that content isn't being represented, it's not there for them. So it's just frustration. They say, you know what, I'm just going to be able to do this myself, and they can. Or the other thing is, someone's doing something similar to their passion or hobby, but they think they could do a better job. So they then become creators, and then what happens is creators can then find an audience, and they can find an audience very, very quickly because everything's connected now through social media. So with all of this content now, and all of this engagement, and all of this time, brands are really hungry to get involved. They're looking for ways to have that authenticity, to have that that real validation from individuals that people trust and brands that people trust, to really say, the brand understands their story and they're presenting it back to their target market through the vehicle of these talent.